All right, so we're diving into something I think is super cool today. Badminton stringing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, most people think it's just, like when a string breaks, you just get it restrung.
Right.
But it's so much more than that.
That's a whole world.
It's a whole thing. It's like this secret knowledge that can really,
yeah.
take your game to the next level.
It's like this hidden performance booster that most people don't even think about.
Exactly. And so that's what we're going to deep dive into today. We're actually looking at a 3-day intensive course.
3 days. Wow.
Yes, 3 days. It's intense.
Intense.
It takes you from, someone who maybe doesn't know that much about stringing to actually becoming certified.
Certified, huh?
Yeah, so you could actually string rackets professionally.
That's amazing. I think what's so fascinating about this is that most players, they don't even realize the impact that their strings have on their game.
Right.
They think it's all about their technique or their footwork.
Right. It's like the racket is just this thing.
Yeah, it's just there.
It's just a given.
But it's not. It's really not. It's like, you can have the best car in the world.
Yeah.
But if you have the wrong tires, you're not going to go anywhere.
Okay, yeah.
And it's the same with badminton. You could have the best technique,
right,
the best footwork, but if your strings are not right for you, you are not maximizing your potential.
Wow. So you're saying that just by understanding stringing better, I could actually see a significant improvement in my game.
Oh, absolutely. And what I love about this course, this 3-day intensive, is that it gets into all of that.
Yeah.
We're talking professional level stringing techniques, the kind of stuff that, most players only dream about.
Really?
Yeah, so day 1, for example, that's all about laying the groundwork.
Okay.
Understanding how a racket is constructed, the different types of strings, all of that good stuff.
Okay, so what's the first aha moment that I'm gonna have on day 1? Let's say I show up, I'm clueless, but I'm eager to learn.
You're gonna realize that the racket, it's not just one solid piece.
Oh, okay.
It's actually a system.
Okay.
You get the frame, you've got the string bed, and they all work together.
Right.
And then you add in the type of string that you use, and that's where things get really interesting.
Oh,
because that's gonna drastically impact how the racket performs in your hand.
Oh, wow.
So let's talk about string gauge for a second, for example.
Okay, string gauge, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
That's always sounded kind of intimidating to me.
Yeah, no, it can sound a little technical.
Can you break it down for me?
Think of it like this. Thinner strings, they're like sports cars.
Okay.
They give you that extra speed, that extra feel, but they're a little more fragile.
Oh, okay.
Thicker strings, those are like your trusty pickup truck.
Got it.
They can handle more power, more wear and tear.
Okay.
So day 1 is all about understanding these nuances, learning what questions to ask, what to look for based on your playing style.
Oh, that's cool. So no more staring blankly at the wall of strings at the store like I usually do.
Exactly. No more feeling overwhelmed by choices.
I like it.
Day 1 gives you that knowledge, that confidence to walk in and know exactly what you need. You even learn about different stringing patterns.
Okay.
Like the 2-knot versus the 4-knot techniques.
All right, now you're just using jargon to make me feel clueless again.
No. It's not as complicated as it sounds, I promise.
Okay.
Think of it this way. These different knotting techniques, they affect how your string bed feels.
Okay, so there's a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the difference between a crisp, controlled response and a more forgiving, powerful feel.
Oh, okay.
It's subtle, but it can make a big difference in your game.
All right, you've officially piqued my curiosity.
Good.
Now, let's be real for a second, okay? Day 1, I walk in, I see all those tools, like the tensioners, the awls, all that stuff.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest, I'd be a little intimidated.
Sure.
What's the learning curve like on this?
It's like anything new to you, right? You're gonna have those moments where you're like, how do I hold this thing?
Right.
But that's what's great about this course. The instructors break it all down into manageable steps.
Oh.
So you get hands-on practice right from the start.
That's good.
Learning how to achieve that perfect string tension.
Yeah.
Mastering those essential knots.
Okay, so they walk you through it. They don't just throw you in the deep end.
Exactly. They're there to guide you every step of the way, answer your questions, show you the ropes, literally.
Okay, that makes me feel a lot better.
Good.
Yeah.
Because we want you to learn and have fun at the same time.
Right. I don't want to be the one breaking strings left and right.
And where everyone makes mistakes when they're first learning.
True.
That's part of the process. And the instructors, they'll even teach you how to troubleshoot common stringing issues.
Oh, that's good.
Because let's face it, we've all been there.
Yes.
You get your racket strung, something feels a little off, you're not sure what it is.
Right. Exactly.
So they'll teach you how to identify those issues and potentially even fix them yourself.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's all about empowering you to take control of your equipment.
I love it.
Yeah.
So day one, we're feeling good. We're getting the hang of it. We're not intimidated by the tools anymore.
Exactly.
What happens on day two?
Day two, my friend, that's where the real magic happens.
Okay, tell me more.
That's where you go from being just a stringer to like a racket scientist.
Oh, wow, a racket scientist. I like that.
Yeah. You start thinking about how all these different string types interact with different playing styles.
So day one, we're like, ooh, strings. We're figuring out the tools, feeling good.
Getting our hands dirty.
Yeah, exactly. Day two, though, that's where we become like racket scientists, right?
Day two is all about customization.
Yeah.
Taking all that knowledge from day one and applying it to your specific game, your playing style.
So it's like we're not just stringing a racket anymore.
No.
We're like tailoring a suit.
Exactly. You got it.
Okay, I like that analogy. So how do we do that? How do we go from like, I can string a racket to I can customize a racket?
It starts with understanding the personality of each string type.
Okay, personality.
Because each one, they have their own unique characteristics.
Oh, okay.
Some strings, they're all about power. Others are designed for control. And then you've got those that try to find that sweet spot in the middle.
Right, a good balance.
Exactly. And day two is about understanding those nuances, learning how to match the right string to the right player.
So like if I'm someone who's all about those powerful smashes,
Yes,
you're gonna steer me towards a specific type of string.
absolutely.
Yeah.
We're gonna look at things like string material, string gauge, even string tension
Yeah.
to find that perfect combination that's gonna give you that extra oomph on your smashes.
Okay, now that's cool. And what if I'm more about control? Like I'm all about those delicate drop shots.
Then we're gonna go in a different direction.
Yeah, okay.
We'll explore strings that offer exceptional feel and feedback so you can really finesse those shots.
Oh, I like it. So we're talking about like a whole different level of precision here.
Absolutely. And this is where things get really interesting on day two because we start talking about hybrid stringing.
Oh, hybrid stringing. Okay, I've heard that term thrown around.
It's like the holy grail of stringing customization.
Okay, break it down for me.
So with hybrid stringing, you're actually using different strings for the main and cross strings in your racket head.
Wait, so you can mix and match?
Exactly. It's like creating your own custom blend of coffee.
Okay, now you're speaking my language.
You take a little bit of this, a little bit of that,
Yeah.
and you end up with this unique flavor profile that's tailored to your exact taste.
So I can have a string that gives me both power and control?
Precisely. You can have one string that enhances your power on the smashes,
Okay.
and then another string that gives you that extra control on the drop shots.
Wow, that's amazing. This is next level stuff.
It's like fine-tuning a race car, you know? You're optimizing every single component for maximum performance.
Okay, now I'm really starting to see why this is a 3-day course.
Yeah.
This is a lot to take in, but it's exciting.
It is, and the best part is, on day two, you're not just learning about this in theory,
Right?
you're actually getting hands-on experience.
Oh, okay, good. So I don't just like learn about hybrid stringing and then never get to actually try it.
Exactly. We want you to get your hands dirty, experiment with different string combinations, learn how to recognize the subtle feel of each setup.
So I can start to develop like a stringing instinct.
Exactly. You're going to start thinking like a stringer, feeling like a stringer.
Oh, I like it. I'm ready. So what else is in store for us on day two?
We're also going to dive into troubleshooting common stringing issues.
Oh, good, because I'm sure I'm going to need that.
Everyone does. Things like uneven tension, string slippage, we've all been there.
Right, those little things that can drive you crazy.
Exactly. So day two is about learning how to identify those issues, understand why they happen, and most importantly, how to fix them.
Okay, so no more taking my racket back to the shop because something feels off.
You'll be your own racket doctor.
I like the sound of that. All right, so day two, we're customizing, we're troubleshooting, we're feeling good.
We're well on our way to becoming certified stringers.
That's right. Day three, here we come. Bring on the exam. Day three, the big day, right?
It is the culmination of all your hard work.
2 days of intense stringing knowledge, and now the exam.
That's right, time to put all that knowledge to the test.
Okay, so walk me through it. What exactly does the certification exam involve?
So it's designed to really assess your understanding of everything we've covered.
Okay, makes sense.
It's a two-part exam, written and practical.
Okay, so first up, written exam. What are we talking about here? Multiple choice, essay questions.
It's a combination of different question types to really test your knowledge.
Okay, so it's not just like, what's a badminton racket?
No. We're way past that now.
Okay, good.
We're talking about things like racket construction, string types, tension principles.
Right, all the good stuff.
All the essentials.
Yeah.
You got to know your stuff.
Okay, pressure's on. And then what about the practical portion?
So for the practical, you'll actually get to show off your stringing skills.
Okay, so we're stringing a racket.
You'll be given a racket, all the necessary tools and materials, and you'll have to string it up to those professional standards that you've learned.
Okay, so it's like a timed test.
There is a time limit. Yeah.
Okay, so I can't be like meticulously,
It's about balancing speed and accuracy.
right, okay.
Because in the real world, time is money.
That's true. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous just hearing about it.
It's understandable to feel a little nervous.
But at the same time, I can imagine like the feeling of walking out of there, certification in hand.
Oh, it's an amazing feeling.
Like, I did it. I'm a certified stringer.
You've earned it.
Yeah.
It's a true testament to your dedication, your skills.
I love it. And we've talked a lot about aspiring professionals, right? People who want to like make a living stringing rackets.
Right.
But what about someone like me who's just, a casual player? I'm not planning on opening a stringing shop anytime soon.
Sure, but here's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
Even if you never string a racket professionally, understanding these principles, it could be a game changer.
Really? How so?
Think about it.
Yeah.
You walk into a sports store.
Yeah.
You're faced with this wall of strings.
Oh, the wall of strings.
Different brands, different gauges, different materials.
It's overwhelming.
It can be.
Yeah.
But now you're armed with this knowledge.
Okay.
You can actually understand what those string options mean.
Okay.
You can have an informed conversation with the person behind the counter.
So I don't just have to like point and hope for the best.
Exactly. You're in control.
I like it.
You'll know how different tensions can impact your game, how to choose the right string for your playing style.
No more blank stares, no more awkward guessing games.
You'll be speaking the language of stringing.
Okay, so even if I don't become a master stringer, this knowledge, this certification gives me a whole new level of like confidence on and off the court.
It's about empowering yourself with information.
I love it. This whole deep dive has been amazing.
It's been fun.
It really has. Who knew there was so much to learn about badminton stringing?
It's a hidden world.
It is. It's like a secret society.
A little bit.
Well, hopefully we've inspired some listeners to maybe, dip their toes into the stringing waters.
Absolutely. It's never too late to learn something new.
Exactly. So for anyone out there who's intrigued by what we've talked about today, definitely check out the full course description, You might just discover a passion you never knew you had.
That's right. And who knows, maybe we'll see you in next year's certification class.
There you go. All right, that's going to do it for this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
A huge thank you to you for sharing your expertise with us.
Of course, anytime.
And to all of you listening, keep those rackets swinging, and we'll catch you on the next one.
We're the best stringer worldwide, passion and knowledge.